My first question is, does Earth Day matter?
Well, I think it matters really a lot. There's a huge number of things going on all over, certainly North America and around the world, in connection with Earth Day, and I think its time has come. It started 40 years ago when I was 30, imagine that, and then it had quite an active time in the early 70s, and then it kind of went dormant for a bit, and now it's really back. I would say it's really back. It's spreading. People are doing events, small events, big events, all over the place.
Okay. How has environmentalism changed sort of in the last 40 years
I
you've
can
been
take
watching
you
it?
way back. I can take you back before that, because
Okay.
my parents were early conservationists in the 40s and 50s.
Wow.
So from the time when lunatic fringe was most often the designation.
Right.
But in that time also these outdoorsmanship, Ducks Unlimited, those kinds of people were, believe it or not, early environmentalists, because they wanted habitat for the activity that they liked to do, whether you approve of that activity or not. They were saving wetlands back then. So he was an early Ontario Field Naturalist, which is now on Nature, Ontario Nature. He was early Sierra Club just when it first started. He was involved in the Quetico Superior National Park, setting that up. All of that. So I kind of grew up with it. So I'd say it's moved from small, dedicated, essentially amateur groups, in the sense of amateur meaning that you love something, to really a very big movement. It's moved from the back pages, like the remote back pages, up to the front of the paper, and it's firmly on the agenda now, because people know we have to change, and we may not be able to reverse. We may not be able to indulge in romantic utopianism and put everything back the way it was, but we have to act now, even to make a livable planet, not just in the far distant future, in the pretty immediate future. So people know, they know. The problem is they don't know what the exact right things are to do. And there's a lot of turmoil and conversation going on around those issues. So how should I, ordinary person, living my life, which has its difficulties, how should I act? Tell me one thing or two things or three things that I, little person without a huge amount of money, can do.
And that actually is going to be my next question. What is sort of the one thing someone could do today to help?
Can I have three?
Sure, three is fine, yeah.
If you want to do something today that you know will have an impact, the single available thing to do that you can do if you're a coffee drinker is switch to shade-grown organic fair trade coffee. That will have an impact, because it immediately encourages the growth of canopy, which helps global warming. It makes life better for the people on the ground doing the coffee, because they don't get sprayed with pesticides and they get a fair price. And it's good for biodiversity because it doesn't kill all the birds. So that one simple consumer choice that you can make, and the book connected with that is by Bridget Stutchbury.
Okay.
And it's called The Silence of the Songbirds. Read the science in that. The second most important thing that you can do is let your political representative, because this is still democracy, let your political representative know that this is a very important concern for you. Write your letter in handwriting. It makes a much bigger impact than a form letter or a thing where you check a box.
Right.
So if you take the time to write that letter in handwriting and send it, somebody knows that you cared enough to do that. So therefore it's pretty important, and a lot of other people probably feel the same way that you do. So voter pressure on elected representatives. And the third most important thing you can do, and I'm not putting them on a 1, 2, 3, I'm putting them horizontally, to read Bill McKibben's book called EAARTH.
Okay.
Some discussion over how that should be pronounced.
Right.
So EAARTH, and you get the scary things in the first 3 chapters and the things that can be done in the 4th chapter. So big consciousness raiser right there.
Great. And so imagine Earth Day 2020. What do you think that
No,
will look like?
I'm thinking bigger than that.
Okay.
I'm imagining Earth Year 2020.
Okay.
Then I'm imagining Earth Year 2021. In fact, I'm imagining a future in which you won't actually have to do Earth Day because everybody will be doing all of the things that the Earth Day proponents said they should do.
Earth Day will truly be every day then.
Earth Day will be every day. I mean, there is a slight problem with things like Mother's Day in which you give her the apron on one day and then the rest of the day it's back to
Right.
whatever it was before. So we actually don't want that. We want Earth Day to be every day.
Great.